Hello, beautiful souls. So, I wonder how many of you that are watching this may feel that you don't really truly deep down understand how trauma and how the ego works and how all of this is kind of working against you right now, or it may feel that way. And so I wanted to give a quick example of something that I learned in one of the classes that I've taken. And everyone experiences trauma in a different way. If you have trauma and you feel that when you kind of like think back to your childhood and you're like, this is the pivotal moment for me, and acknowledging the fact that you had a traumatic childhood, some of us may feel, and I'm speaking from experience, that we are like shameful to say that that's how it was for us growing up. Like, we don't want to put the blame on our parents. But what I've learned is that it's not personal, because it's our experience. That's why children can grow up in the same household and they have different experiences. This is why. So here's a cool example. Let's say that you had this wonderful dad who had a job, but that dad went to work and he worked 60, 70 hours a week. He was the only one working, and he'd go to work, he'd come home, and all he wanted to do was lay around. He was so tired all the time, and you wanted to just love on your dad, and you wanted your dad to play ball with you, and you wanted your dad to, watch TV with you, and he was so grumpy all the time and just really angry. And his point of view, he's just like, gosh, I'm just so overwhelmed. Like, I'm the breadwinner. I have to work. I have to do these things. And I'm so tired that, oh my gosh, I just got to do it for my family. Well, he didn't intentionally do anything to you. He was feeling his emotions, and he was really in the moment feeling tired and a breadwinner, and he had to do the things, right? But you, as a child, could have felt that you're unworthy of love. Like, my dad doesn't love me. You get abandonment issues. He doesn't want to play ball with me. I'm not special enough. You start creating this narrative in your mind. That was never his intention, ever. So it's our experiences. And so whenever you get older, that created a limited belief as a child. And so as you get older, you keep getting triggered in these emotions, and all of a sudden you find yourself feeling victim again. You're back in that moment where you feel unloved or unworthy. And that was the ego. The ego created a false self at that moment when your parent may have done the things that they've done. Now, I know that we can go into more traumatic situations with abuse. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about those who feel that they had a traumatic childhood, yet they don't want to admit it. And they're like, well, it was not as bad as some others. Of course not, but everyone experiences trauma in so many different ways. Trauma is trauma, and it has to be healed, because when you have created an ego version of self, these limited beliefs in which you try to make yourself safe to avoid whatever comes up for you, that is what we're trying to heal right now. That is why you keep finding these situations in work, in school, in friendships, in relationships. They're all around you, not to trigger you in a bad way, but in a way to heal. All of these situations are coming forward for you right now, for you. It's for you, not to you, for you to heal. And the thing about overcoming your trauma is to not operate in that fight or flight mode. So when you're operating in that fight or flight, that is the reptilian part of the brain, the amygdala, you are so disconnected from your inner knowing, that intuition, and that makes total sense. You make irrational choices, your behavior changes, you're acting in survival mode, right? There's so much to learn, and I'm being guided to open up one of my Facebook pages. I've got it labeled as Awakening to Hidden Knowledge, and I am being called to start sharing this in more detail on the experiences and things that I've learned around what my journey was like. And so if you're interested in being a part of that, I would love for you to join me. And I don't know how it's going to go. It's one of those, I'm taking a leap of faith on this, and I feel guided to share what I'm learning because I feel that I can help through communication. And then, of course, if you want further assistance, I'm also there for that. So more one-on-one. So I'm a spiritual life coach. I'm a hypnotherapist, past life regression, inner life regression, intuitive healing, energy work. So I do all the things, but it also starts with knowledge. And knowledge is free because what I'm learning is more remembering. And I'm here to trigger you to remember, because once you remember who you are, you can do all the things. And I just want to help you remember who you are. And by helping you, I'm also helping myself. So it works both ways. So if you're interested in that, let me know. I think that will be a fun place, a safe container for us all to come together. Because I have many, many different things going on right now. I've got a YouTube channel, I've got, an Instagram and Facebook, and it starts to get overwhelming sometimes. But I feel like each of them are going to go in different directions, and so I don't know. I'm just being open to whatever comes through is needed at the time. So I love sharing these things, and if there's any way that I can help, reach out. I love you so very much.